Now this is a little video I wanted to post up to YouTube for the people that could not make it to Larry DiTuri's recent memorial. Larry passed away recently, right at the spot where we're standing on Route 106. And what we decided to do as a group of Larry's friends, we wanted to get Larry's wife, who was in the center of the picture, and as many of his friends as could possibly break away on this rainy Sunday to come out. And we had a little plaque, and I want to show it up here, that had Larry's picture on it and from the funeral service that he had. And it's now in a waterproof frame on this little spot on 106. Now the idea is that what we wanted to do is, because we had all decided to do something, and everybody in their own way does what they think is appropriate, but I wanted to do something to remember the great times that I personally had with Larry and with Luciano and Tim, and that we've all ridden together. And some of the people from the Ducati Club are here, and some of the people that came from where Larry worked at the Alpine Country Club, some of the people that he shared from the Desmo Club. You can see it's pretty much of a crappy day, which I think contributed to some people not being able to make it. Some people came by bike, some people came by car, but it was kind of a rainy day. And here's a close-up of the little plaque that I put together to honor Larry. Now what we're hoping to do, and anybody that sees this, of course, and would like to be on our mailing list, you can contact me. What we're going to try to do this spring is get a bunch of Larry's friends together, as many as possible, and I'm sure there might be more than you really realize. Kind of meet up somewhere and go for a ride honoring Larry, stop and have a bagel or a cup of coffee or whatever. And then at some point in the day, stop at this spot, which is where the accident happened. And it was somebody making an illegal U-turn in a car. It certainly was a sad day for us, but we had to pick out the exact spot, and Larry's good friend Hamza knew the spot exactly, and Glenn and Hamza looked around, and we decided there were telephone poles there, and that the most appropriate spot by some kind of a committee vote here was that we would post it on this tree, which is exactly where the spot happened. Now, the idea was we wanted to screw it to the tree with sheetrock screws high enough up that, well, hopefully nobody would have the ability to just reach up and grab it, and yet it wouldn't be so high that you couldn't see that Larry's picture was on it. So anyway, after a committee vote, and what I think was really wonderful was we picked a spot on the tree, and Vince backed his car up, and then one of the guys, I don't remember who it was, stood on the roof of the car and put it right in position. And once we got it in position, we kind of gathered around, and what I thought was real significant, and everybody kind of, and here we are starting, everybody pretty much had a story to share of the interaction they had with Larry. Here's the little thing up on the tree. And including, of course, Larry's wife, who had some really, really warm stories to tell. Luciano had a lot of stories that both Luciano and I shared with Larry, and Tim and Joe. We had all ridden together. Some of Larry's friends from work, where he worked. And when we were all done, we had one of the people that was standing there try to take our picture for, well, whatever. But again, what we're going to try to do, the object of this is to pass the information on sometime this spring, to pick a meetup spot, try to post it up on the site, where the Desmo site, where most of Larry's friends, because he loved Ducatis, of course, and among the friends that are on my mailing list or want to be on my mailing list. And what'll be really nice, if we can do a nice ride, get somebody to map out a nice 100-mile loop, and somewhere during the ride wind up at this spot, and we can all stop and have a moment of silence for our good friend, not with us any longer, but certainly with us in spirit. And actually, when we left this day, I thought this was a very moving day for me, and I think everybody there had some more fond memories of our late friend Larry DiTuri.